Okay, welcome back to Hiroshi's Aloha Kitchen. I'm Wally. This is
Morgan.
And if our clothes look familiar, that's because we're just rolling this video right after the Lau Lau video. But we're doing this when the Lau Lau's cooking. We decided, hey, we're gonna make this Warabi salad. So Warabi salad is very popular in Hawaii as a side dish. You'll find it at pretty much every bento shop. You can also add parts of the salad if you cut it up differently. You can make a Warabi rice, which will make the base for the Warabi rice. We're not going to make the Warabi rice, but we're going to make the base for it. But primarily, we're going to make the Warabi salad. It's super simple to make. Doesn't take long, although it does take some time with the Warabi, because what you want to do is you want to blanch the Warabi, but after you blanch it, you want to soak it for quite a while. You want to soak it for probably an hour or more because it'll get rid of that slime that the Warabi has. So I'm going to get all the ingredients together and let's get started. All right, so the ingredients that we're going to be using is, of course, the star of the show, our Warabi. And this is basically a fern shoot. I'm not sure what type. I think it's called a bracken fern shoot. I can't remember what it was, but basically it's a fern shoot. We get this at the farmer's market here in Hilo. I know I've seen this at some farmer's market in the mainland also. We're also going to be using some dried shrimp. Of course, kamaboko, gotta have that. Secret ingredient, some of this no kimchi sauce, or the kimchi powder, the seasoning mix, right? Mm-hmm. And this is no brand. It has to be this brand. My cousin Elaine turned me on to this, and it really does light up the Warabi salad. It makes a big difference. Of course, the ever popular Shiofuku Kombu, basically a salted seaweed. You're gonna have to let this sit for a while to get the salt out. We're gonna be making the Warabi rice, so we're gonna be using a little bit of carrot, and you just want a little bit of carrot. You don't want a whole lot, just maybe a few inches of a carrot stalk. Some onions. This is a sweet onion. I already sliced this up because I was doing some other things with the onion, so I thought I'd just cut it up before I make the Warabi salad. I think that should be it. Or did I forget something?
The black fungus or the mushroom if you want.
Yep.
And then our rice.
Yep, exactly. But we're not going to make the Warabi rice. We're going to just make the base for the Warabi rice, so you can just add that into the rice later on. But with this, you can also use like a shiitake mushroom. But Dad didn't have any shiitake mushrooms. He had these black fungus, so. Yeah, it tastes pretty good, so we're going to use this. In fact, we use this in the kandaba, and it's really good in the kandaba. Better than the shiitake mushrooms in the kandaba. So, all right. We're going to go, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this Warabi up and blanch it. Then we're going to soak it, and it has to soak for like a few hours.
Until the water is kind of clear looking to get the sliminess out. Perfect.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cut the Warabi. We're actually going to blanch it, and just blanch it. It won't take long. We just want to get it just in the water and in the boiling water and out. You'll see the Warabi turn a different color. As soon as it starts to turn a color, then you want to get it out. So as the water's getting ready to boil, we're going to go ahead and cut the Warabi. So how are we going to cut this, Morgan?
We're going to cut it into thirds. So you want the top portion, this curly fern part, to be separate from the stems, because we use the curly fern part, this top portion, for the Warabi salad, and we use the bottom part, the stem, for the Warabi rice.
All right, let's go ahead.
Okay.
I should get another container when we put it.
Separate them?
Yeah, perfect.
Because we'll cook them separately too.
Yeah, here. So we'll separate this, that. I can get another container for that, the stem portion, or can you keep that separate, do you think?
That's okay, I can keep
it's
it separate.
A lot.
We'll use this one for the stems.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go, that works. Okay, so the water's boiling finally. We have a little ice bath, so we're gonna blanch the warabi, and right when it gets done, we're just gonna put it right into the ice bath so it stops the cooking. I might need to get more ice though, but that's all right. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna use the spoon.
Here, just come on this side.
Okay.
And it's a really quick blanch. Once that water, as soon as you dump it in, the water will stop boiling. Once you start seeing it boiling again, it's going to be just about done. It should just be less than a minute, maybe 2. The worst thing you can do with this is to overcook this. So, yeah, you really want to watch what you're doing here.
Especially the tops, they cook pretty quickly.
The tops cook really fast. I think that's...
Yeah, the color already turned kind of a bright green too.
Yeah, see, look how the color turned. It turned into a bright green. It's a little different. So we want to do the tops first?
Yep, let's do the tops first.
Okay, so here you go. We'll just do another batch right there. Should we throw the rest? That's not overcrowded,
yeah.
huh? We'll just wait.
And then we can take these out.
Yeah, we'll put in a colander right here. Don't judge my colander. It's my dad's, okay? It's older than me. I have a nice colander. So you can see the color difference. You can see this is the one that we blanched. This is the one that's we haven't yet blanched. All right, so we're all done with blanching the the stems. You can see the color just changed. It's a brighter green color now, just like that, right? We're going to go ahead and soak this, and we're going to soak this for as long as the water comes clear. We might even need to change the water on this thing. So it'll be an hour or so. So we got the warabi. We're just using the top because we're just going to make a salad. You know, I know I had said earlier we're going to do the warabi rice also, but I don't have any shiitake mushrooms, and I'm not going to run out and get some. So we're just going to go ahead and make the warabi salad. And we're just going to use the shoots, the tops of the warabi. The one thing that I forgot to add in is that we're going to need some soy sauce, shoyu, and some sesame oil. Right? Why don't we go ahead and get started on cutting up the warabi. And we'll get these all cut up, get into a mixing bowl, and then we'll start adding in the other ingredients. Now with this, we're going to have to let this sit for a while because of the Shiofuku Kombu. This right here will need to sit for a few hours. Okay, so while Morgan's finishing up cutting up the warabi, I'm going to go ahead and start up our little cooktop. And we're just going to kind of quickly heat the shrimp up just a little bit, just to soften it up. We'll get some oil on there. So we'll let the oil get a little bit warm. We don't need it we're not gonna flash fry this, so you don't need it really hot. Just get it hot and then just drop it in. The shrimp is really tough, but once you heat it up, it softens up quite a bit. So we'll be using about half of the kamaboko.
Yep.
And the kamaboko will add some sweetness to the warabi salad. I think that's good enough. We can just go ahead and quickly add in our shrimp. And again, the shrimp we're just gonna quickly fry it. It's not gonna take long at all.
All right.
That looks pretty good, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. I think we can add in, what do you think? The shrimp's good?
Yep, shrimp looks good.
All right, so I think our shrimp is done. Let's go ahead and stop our cooktop. And we'll put our shrimp into our salad. All right, once that's done, we can add in our sweet onions. And this is about half of a sweet onion. We're not going to use all of this. I think that's enough. What do you think?
Looks good.
Okay. In goes the Shiofuku Kombu. So what this is it's just basically a salted seaweed. We're only going to use maybe about half a bag. If you like it a little more, this stuff is really good. So, when you can mix it in with cucumbers, we can mix it in with like a Chinese cabbage, and just let it sit. It goes well with everything. It'll add the saltiness to it, the brininess to it, and we're going to add in some of the kimchi powder. We'll add about a quarter of the bag of this kimchi powder because we'll take it a little easy at first. At this point, we can just mix this up.
Shoyu?
We can throw in the shoyu. Yes, yeah. Sure. At this point, we'll throw in some shoyu.
A tablespoon.
And just about a tablespoon or so. Maybe a teaspoon of the sesame oil. Go easy with the sesame oil because it will make this thing very, very. I wouldn't say slimy, but it kind of has it'll give it a different texture if you do too much of it. There's many different ways to make this Warabi salad. I mean, the Filipinos make it one way. The locals make it another way. I mean, this is pretty much the way like the Asians, the Japanese, and the Okinawans will make it.
Okay, there we go.
So there you have it. Just that simple. It's done. We're just going to let this sit overnight. Well, we'll let it sit for a few hours and we'll try it. But it's best if you let it sit overnight. It'll really absorb in all the taste. The salt from the Shiofuku will marinate everything. It'll bring out all the flavors. And it comes out really, really well the longer you let it sit. Normally we would add in some tomatoes also. You'll see a lot of places adding tomatoes, but this one does not like tomatoes unless it's in lomi salmon.
That's the only exception.
She loves them. But other than that, so normally you would see tomatoes in a Warabi salad, but since Morgan doesn't like tomatoes, we're just going to leave it out. All right? Perfect. So we'll give it a try in a few hours. All right, so it's set overnight. You really don't need to do it overnight. You just need a few hours just to get the Shiofuku and everything to marinate in. The Shiofuku is this right here, the salted seaweed. So you don't need to do it overnight, but in this case we did this last night, so yeah, it just sat overnight because we got tired and went to bed. I'm gonna do the Warabi rice later on today. We'll just give this a quick taste. We'll get everything in there. You get some of the onions, the shrimp, the kamaboko, the Shiofuku, and also the deal. Then give it a try.
Okay.
See what it tastes like.
Let's see.
So for tonight, I'm gonna try to make the Warabi rice. I'm gonna see how it like with Bobby's recipe, my cousin Bobby's recipe, not my dad's recipe, but we'll try it with Bobby's recipe. He guarantees that it's so ono you're not gonna stop eating. But how is it?
Good.
Is it good?
But more kimchi powder.
So it needed more kimchi powder. So we used a quarter of the bag of the kimchi powder. I'm gonna add in probably about another quarter of the bag, so about half a bag of that nose kimchi powder. That, my cousin Lane said, was a secret, and it really is because I've had hers, and it's much better than the way I make it normally because of that kimchi powder, and that's the only difference. So anyway, it was fun making this. It was great. Nice to do it with my niece Morgan. Wow, that was a little squeaky voice. How did that happen? All right. Okay, so please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time. Aloha!